welcome. I am here at Santos. This is my first interview with Sleepwalker, and I am so happy to introduce the one, the only, the New Yorker herself, Kelly Moonstone.
Hello.
Woo! Welcome, Kelly. It's a pleasure to meet you. How are you
Thank
doing
you.
today?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to meet you too. I can't wait to see you face to face at the show, but it's such
Yes.
an honor to talk to you today.
Yes, it's such an honor. And as I said it kind of earlier before I recorded, I've done my research. I'm here prepared, but I really just I want to start off. I have loved everything that I've listened to. It is so fresh. I even heard some of your covers like Sna Allegra. You covered my favorite Sna Allegra song like a couple of years
Oh,
ago.
really?
And I was like singing with you through my phone. I was like, yes, hit those notes, girl.
Thank you. That's my
Um,
favorite snow song too.
it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I also found out that I think she was mentored by Prince.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was just like, oh, she's like stamped for real, for
Hmm.
real. So I was like,
Yeah.
no wonder that song is so good. Prince probably like gave her that blessing.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. But all this to say, I have listened to your covers, I have listened to your music, and I'm just so thoroughly impressed. And I really wanted to I wanted to start off with one. I have a feeling, and I want to guess your star sign, if I may.
Okay, sure.
Is just, and if I'm wrong, just like hot or cold, like.
Okay.
Okay, are you a Cancer?
No, but you're close.
Is it a water sign? Are you
No, no.
a fire sign?
I'm an air sign.
You're an air sign. And is it
Hmm.
close to that Cancer? Like, okay, okay. So you're a Gemini?
Yes.
First try. Wow, a Gemini. Are you a Gemini stereotype or no?
Yes. Yes, I am,
How
unfortunately.
could you describe how you are a Gemini stereotype?
Well, for one thing, I am scatterbrained. I think most artists are scatterbrained, but I think Geminis in particular are very like all over the place, like hand in everything, jack of all trades,
Mhm.
master of none. Well, let me not say I'm a master of none, but like you know the saying, jack of all trades, master of none.
Right,
But
right.
I do try to dibble and dabble in a lot of everything. I have a lot of different interests. Um Hyperfixations. I also feel like I have undiagnosed ADHD, which I think is very common among Geminis as well.
Uh-huh.
Um, and yeah, I I love like learning new things, curious to a fault, really.
Mhm.
And I just take joy in knowledge. I love to have conversations. I love to talk to people, my friends. I love to make new friends.
Mhm.
Um, But I'm also an Aquarius moon and rising, so I feel like
A lot
they,
of air.
yes, all air in my chart. But they're also very opposing in the way that like Geminis are more like outwardly facing, gregarious, chatty, silly, and Aquariuses are more like,
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna hang
yeah.
out in this corner, you know?
I love all air signs. I think I have like some feelings towards like earth signs. I have some feelings
Hmm.
towards water signs. I'm half fire, half water.
Okay.
Like my
Mm.
whole chart is like kind of split 50-50. But air signs, I'm always like, I don't know, something about y'all. I'm always like, we always get along. I always feel like
Yeah.
y'all are people I can like, get a drink with. And
What's your star sign?
I am an Aries and I
Okay.
have a Sag moon and a Cancer rising.
Mm. Mm,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
My my ex was an Aries, and
I'm sorry. I just want to preface that. I don't think Aries are good people. I think I'm like the only
they're not.
Aries.
They're very fun. They're very fun to like
Uh,
in light doses, which is a thing that a lot of people say about Geminis. Like people like Geminis until they don't. And
yeah.
you know, I don't take that personally for myself, but I do see why other people don't like Geminis sometimes.
Hmm.
Aries, they're just a bit too like Geminis are impulsive, but Aries are just like I'm gonna just do some
Mhm.
shit and I don't care what happens. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
whoa, slow
Yeah.
down, you know?
I think I tell people like I have a lot like evil light skin, evil Aries, evil, and I'm like I'm defeating so many allegations like single-handedly. I think I'm the only chill Aries because I have so much water in my chart.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm more of like I tell people I'm like a very emotional warrior. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna get it out of me.
However, though, I will say that I like fire signs a lot more than water signs. Water signs are the real villains. Okay.
Let's wake it up, actually.
Scorpios, Pisces, Cancer.
Don't
Can't
talk
do
to me.
any of them.
Don't talk to me about a Scorpio. Like a Scorpio and I can actually like, Roman times like duel it out. I really,
No, me and Scorpios are like we have the most toxic
yes,
relation. Like it's so ridiculous.
same, same. Like the ex that I think of with the most like you change my brain chemistry,
Yes.
Scorpio.
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally just between me and you, the a lot of the songs on New Moon are about a Scorpio that altered my brain chemistry.
I will have to listen to it with that perspective because I already was feeling you through the music and I'm like, yes, yes, speak on it. But now that I know it's a Scorpio, I was just like, no,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
need a heavy metal, like scream
Yeah.
them like those lyrics, girl.
And then Odin was about the Aries.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so now I'm gonna have to really re-listen, refresh. You're gonna
Yeah.
be like, oh my gosh, why did I wake up to like so much in royalties? It was me, like silently, and then just giving you the streams and giving you that income. But it
I
was
appreciate it.
um moving on. I really was curious because you've kind of traveled. I read, you've been from New Jersey, New York, coming to Philly, and I heard you also did like No Names block party. So you've seen America.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen a few cities at this
Okay.
point.
Yeah. Now, what is your favorite and least favorite thing about every city you've toured in? Not every city. Let's
Okay.
just do the big ones. Let's just do the big ones.
Okay, okay, okay.
New York, LA, that type stuff.
Okay. So, uh LA is a beautiful city,
Mhm.
gorgeous. I mean, very fun place to be if you drive.
If you, yes.
I am a 30-year-old New Yorker who does not have a license, and I don't feel bad about that. Because I live in a walkable city, I don't need one.
That should be the caption of this. New Yorker who doesn't need a license.
Yeah, so when every time I go to LA, I'm like, if I don't have a friend that's driving, I'm like, the Ubers are just killing me. Like they're so expensive. Um, Nothing is walkable. I do realize also that when I'm in LA, I tend to like suffer from like a dryness in my like sinuses in my throat because the air is so dry there. It's like desert climate versus New
Yes.
York is more of like a coastal city. So it's,
Yeah. It's like humid. We get like
yeah,
humid
yeah, yeah.
summers. They get dry summers. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first time I went to LA, like it wasn't very hot outside. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna walk to get food. And I was walking, and the more I'm walking, I'm like, my skin is burning. Like, no,
Yeah.
this hurts. Like, I'm not sweating, but like, ouch, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So,
So you're
I
an
think
East
that would be my
Coaster.
least favorite thing about, yeah, least favorite thing about LA is the air quality, I guess. Um, but beautiful place. And then I feel like I always say this. I feel like sometimes networking with people in LA feels very like superficial.
Oh yeah.
Um, like New York, people always say like New Yorkers are kind but not nice, and people from LA are nice but not kind.
I use the same phrase. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
exactly what you mean.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're an East Coaster through and through.
Yes, born and raised New Yorker.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel that. I like West Coast. I think it's like it's a vacation for me for sure. Like I can
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it. until I'm ready to go home.
Yeah, every time I'm in LA for longer than a week, I'm like, no, please, I want to take me home right now.
Take me home. Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
think I could
thinking.
ever live in LA like long term.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I've been to San Diego too. I don't know if you
Hmm.
like have seen other like Southern
Oh,
California.
I haven't been to other southern places. I've been to San Francisco.
Yeah. I've never been to San Francisco, but I think Southern California has like a general great vibe. I think
Hmm.
LA is just kind of like it's dense, it's
Yeah.
attracting a lot of people.
Hmm.
So it is overwhelming. I went to San Diego first and I was like, "Oh my God, like this is great." Like it feels like a Beach Boy song. Like it literally is
Right.
like, "Wow, I do want to take you to Key Largo," like all that.
Hmm.
But LA, I was like, oh, like and it's so crazy because it's like, some parts are like really choppy. Like you can end up in South Central LA and be like, oh, not
Yeah.
supposed to be around here.
Hmm.
But yeah, I do. LA is cool. Give it a solid
I like
7.
West Hollywood specifically. Like I have a
Yeah,
friend that lives over there. It's definitely way more walkable, really
mhm,
cute, lots of bars. Like if you want to bar hop, there's like a strip. I forgot the street, but like you just
yeah,
walk down that strip, you'll run into like 20 bars, you know, it's
right.
really nice.
Yeah. Okay, what about Chicago?
I love Chicago. I do love Chicago. I think that again, it depends on where you are, but they have a good metro system. I didn't get to use it, but I was like looking at the map because I like to do that sometimes. And I was looking at the trains and stuff. It looked really cute. I really like the West Loop. I've stayed in the West Loop for like a week before. Um, really, really nice, like walkable, just very pretty architecture.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think I have anything bad to. Oh, you know what? I lied. In the summer, Chicago has a lot of bees.
Oh, I've never
I
been there in the
I
summer.
I don't do bees. So I was like, I remember when I was there, I was like terrified because I couldn't even get out the car because they would just follow me and they're like, it's good luck when the bees are following you. I don't care. Take
Yeah.
the luck away.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
You go to their beach.
No, I didn't get a chance to go, but I
Yeah.
did hear about it.
I was only wondering because I know people are like, it's not a real beach. And like
Yeah, I don't
Chicago is.
think it is. It's just a place with like sand and water, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I've never been and I always wanted to get like a gist for myself because I know like native Chicagoans are like, it is a beach. You won't take
Hmm.
it from us. And then people there are like, it's not a beach. So I'm like, okay, what's the consensus? Okay, I will take that though. Chicago's lovely. And have you okay, let's just actually start with New York. Highs and low.
Well, I mean, it's my home city, so I love it. I mean, I have performed at several venues in New York. Primarily, majority of them have been in Brooklyn. I feel like the creative hub is primarily based here, especially in the like Bushwick, Williamsburg,
Yeah.
maybe Gowanus kind of area. Which Bushwick and Williamsburg are like right next to each other, and Gowanus is like on the other side. So and there's also like stuff happening in Bed-Stuy. So
Hmm.
like all over really. But definitely like Bushwick is like the center of like a lot of music venues, like especially the smaller cap ones, like the bars that host concerts, like Cafe or Zuli, for example. I think
Yeah.
Sampha performed there one time, and then Kendrick came, and all of a sudden it
Yeah.
turned into like a huge, like everybody knows Cafe or Zuli now. And
Yeah.
like I remember pre-renovation Cafe or Zuli, like my friends were like DJing and spinning there, and we were doing shows in the back with no roof, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so it's nice to see how things have like developed over time. And revisiting those venues like Baby's All Right and Public Records, like the more you go back and perform and the audiences get more diverse and larger and not just for me, but like all my friends, you know. So it's cool. It's like watching the scene kind of grow and develop and everybody's going their own direction. I will never have a bad thing to say about New York publicly. So
I respect that. I respect that. I was expecting people where I was like, I know affordability is a huge
oh
issue.
yeah, it's expensive as shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I am always telling my friends from out of state, they're like, "Hey, what do you think about me moving to New York?" I'm like, "Hey, stay home. Love
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Stay home."
Yeah. I think I mean, that could be a whole other interview on itself of interviewing you
Yeah.
as a native, talking about, the
Mhm.
constant transplant automobile that's coming in. And it is
Mhm.
pretty annoying because it's like it's turned to where it's like it's not even white folk. It's like
Everybody.
everybody is
Everybody.
coming. Yeah.
Everybody has to leave their town to come here to be something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's very interesting. I'm not even going to go down that route because I know myself, I can take it there.
Yeah,
But
same.
and is how about Atlanta? I'm thinking trying to yeah, Atlanta.
I like Atlanta. I feel like I didn't get to see enough of Atlanta. Um, I I think that the music venue that I performed at, I don't remember what venue it was. Was it Masquerade? I think it was Masquerade. That venue was cool. The audience was probably my favorite audience of the whole tour. Like they showed me so much love. They were so welcoming, great people. Really had a great time at that show. um but yeah, I feel like on tour it kind of sucks. You don't really get to see too much of the city because you're
Yeah,
like, you fly in and you have to be at sound check, and from sound check you scramble to find something to eat, and then you go
yeah.
do the show, and then it's midnight, and then you gotta go home because you gotta sleep, you gotta go to the hotel, sleep, and get up for the next thing. And it's just like
Uh-huh.
you're in constant motion.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
think
we
that
did. Oh,
no, go
sorry.
ahead, sorry.
Okay, we did go to a little, like, my friend that's from there took me to a little bar nearby, like after the show, so we could grab some food. So the nightlife was pretty bustling out there. I don't remember the area we were in, but it seemed really fun, really like some elements of it reminded me of New York nightlife in a sense. Like it was like a lot of stuff happening on like a narrower street, but there's like bars and people coming out and going into places, and it's just like a lot, like, everybody's
Yeah,
just with their friends,
yeah.
so I did enjoy that for what it was, even though I probably spent max like an hour and a half there. So
Yeah, honestly, I think that's a perfect segue because to my next question because I was just like, I read that you had a I'm gonna butcher this, so correct me if I'm wrong, pulmonary
embolism.
embolism.
Yes.
I just want to say first and foremost, my prayers to you. I
Thank
hope,
you.
you've been able to heal and recover in a way that is appropriate for you. But
Yes.
as I was reading your interview on BET, about you like going through this, the only question I really think is like, how do you maintain self-care in this industry? I know you've toured a lot, you've seen some places, you're dealing with your own health, your own issues. I just know if I were in your shoes, I'd be like, enough. Like, I think it would cause such creative burnout. And
Yeah.
it really inspired me. The song that I really enjoy from you is Brand New.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, okay, I love seeing a woman still pursue her creativity and still also be like, I'm about this money and you will
Yes.
pay me. So all this is to say is, yeah, like how do you maintain and prioritize your self-care in this crazy industry?
Well, I'm still, right now I feel like I'm in a place where I haven't reached the point of like not being able to manage myself and my schedule like without another person. Like I still feel like I lead a pretty normal life. Um so like things come up, and I make my appointments, I go to the doctor, I try to eat as healthy as possible. Like even now I decided to like do dry January, so I'm like taking a break from the alcohol, and I used to smoke with like I used to smoke papers, so I used to smoke with tobacco and whatever. That's ultimately what helped lead to the pulmonary embolism. I think it was a combination of the tobacco, and then I was also on hormonal birth control. So those two things put you
Mm.
at higher risk for blood clots. So life changes. Obviously, have to stop smoking, have to stop using hormonal stuff. Um, and just like trying to just take better care of myself. I do try to exercise and go to the gym. And even if not, I try to walk as much as possible. Um,
Do
but
you
yeah,
still do that?
I haven't really been in situations where I have to do too much like painstaking travel like over long courses of time yet. I mean, obviously manifesting like more tours and more shows,
Yeah.
but right now I just like take rest when I need to. If I feel overwhelmed, I don't have to go out to every single show. I used to, when I was younger, I used to be like, oh, I have to come to Brooklyn, because I used to live in Queens with my family. So I'm like, I have to come outside. I have to go to the show. I have to network with people. And now that I'm here, I'm older, living in Brooklyn, I can literally walk to any of these places anytime. Like I'm not like super pressed to be anywhere, be up under anybody. So I definitely take time to myself to recover if I ever feel sick or overwhelmed. Um, and I think I just prioritize me.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't really like my home situation when I was, living there, because my room was just not conducive to the things I wanted to do. And then the travel was really far. And my mom is like, she's a bit of a helicopter mom. So like I couldn't go out and come home without it being like an issue, like, oh, you're out until this hour and doing this and that. And I'm just like, hey, I'm following my dreams, so I don't really know what to tell you.
Yeah,
So now that I have that peace of mind, like nobody's really checking for me to be home at a certain time. I'm an adult,
yeah, yeah,
and it's like, ironically, I don't leave the house as much as I used to when I was younger, because I just don't feel pressed to.
yeah.
So yeah, I just indulge in comfort as much as I can.
That's
And
a
I
word.
try to make healthy choices as much as I can. And that's the
Yeah.
best you can do.
Yes. And that's definitely a word, something that you should put up on like a banner or something on your office wall or something. Well, how did you get your start? How did you realize that you're like, okay, I want to turn this into something lucrative for me? I know you had one interview where you're like, you sung a poem in third grade, but I was wondering, was there a moment before that or after that where you were just like, oh, like I can really do this and like I can I can make this a career.
Uh, hmm. I think there were a few moments for me like that in my life. I've been very like before now. I want to say that I'm at like, I haven't peaked obviously, but I'm at a point in my career that I've never been at before. So
Mhm.
before then, I was never as consistent. Like I was very like, I love making music, but like the business aspect of it always like intimidated me. So I would like, even like album campaigns, like I didn't like the process of like music videos and trying to like book shows and do press and all that. Like it was a lot. And I just like creating. Like that was my whole thing. Like if I could have had it my way, I would have been like the weekend pre like fame, like where I drop stuff and nobody knows who I am. And I would have been totally fine with that.
Yeah.
Um, but I want to say, hmm, there were, okay, the earliest moment I can remember where I'm like, I can turn this into a career is like the first time I went to the studio. It was like this basement studio at a friend's house. And I used to go there and record Frank Ocean covers. And then previously I was known as the Afr0dite. So my first time making a full length project, it was called All That Glitters. And I recorded that at this place called Basic Image Studio, which was like 6 blocks from my house.
Mhm.
Um, and this
This is
guy's
when you were
name,
in Queens?
yes, this is when I was living in Queens.
Mhm.
And this guy named Finsta, he really believed in me. He was the owner of the studio.
Mhm.
I think it's so funny that his name is Finsta, because you have like Finstas now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he really believed in me. He helped me like mix and master my first project. And he was just like, yo, you really have like you have an affinity for this. Like you should pursue this as a career. You're gonna go very far. I believe in you.
Mhm.
Um, and the more I would go to the studio and get comfortable, I'm paying for sessions, so like I don't go in there to play around. I come with my full song pre-written exactly how I want it to sound, and then I work on it and layer and do everything I need to do. And it really like taught me the importance of like maximizing your time and like being passionate about your craft. If you're going in the studio, you're using your real money to do this. So you're not in there to play around. You have a goal you're trying to accomplish, and you're trying to get stuff out to the world so people can hear it.
Right.
And then I remember um, when I was 19, I got, I guess, more or less scouted by uh, Heroine, who was an A&R for Cinematic Music Group. He was affiliated with Joey Badass and Pro Era at the time. And he had me come out to the studio. He didn't tell me that Joey was going to be there. I guess he just wanted to see how I'd react. And I will never forget the day I was waiting outside the studio and I saw a car pull up and the door opened and like one leg just came out and it was like Bob Marley Vans. And I was like, that's something, I feel like that's something that Joey would wear. And then the head came out the car and I was like,
Oh.
and Joey was somebody I really, really respected at the time because he was just like my age. Like, we're not that far apart in age. And he had put out 1999. And it was like, that was like really the moment where it was like, hey, I can do this. Like, this is a kid, somebody my age is doing the same thing as me, is a kid from New York City, public school system kid, just like me, that just wants to create art and wants to be somebody. And like, that was so inspiring for me. I got to meet him for the first time and it was a great experience. Now, I didn't end up getting signed to Cinematic, but everything happens for a reason, and I'm glad
Yeah.
it happened that way. And I couldn't be more grateful for the opportunities and the people that I've met since, because it really just sent me on this upward spiral, you know?
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I always think, 6 degrees of separation. As soon as you
absolutely.
are in those rooms, I'm like, you made it. You made
Yes.
it. Uh-huh. And I think, you talked about your Aphrodite, and what really spoke to me as someone who is a budding artist herself was that, you were like, oh, people knew me when I was in London, when I was going by
Yes.
a former name. And I was like, wow, I think that as an artist, I can't even imagine what that felt like for you, where you were like, wow,
Yeah.
like, my art has had this like impact on people through my changes. Could you talk a little bit about that, of like how you've grown in your artistry, grown that confidence and stuff?
Yeah. Being being somebody that creates art, like, it's so near and dear to me. Everything that I create is near and dear to me because it's like my real feelings get channeled into this, you know? I'm not going to say every single song is always about a specific person or scenario, but like the intention is always there, you know? I put my feelings down on paper and I channel that energy into creating a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So when that feeling resonates with somebody else, like when somebody else tells me they listen to my music and the lyrics really hit deep for them, that moves me. That makes me feel like I have a purpose and I'm living in my purpose. And I am so grateful. And it's always like so surreal. Like when I was in London and people were telling me they knew me as Aphrodite, I was like, that's insane because I didn't think anybody knew who the hell I was. You know what I'm saying? I was just a girl uploading shit to SoundCloud, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So to know that I've touched people across the pond that I had no perception of prior
Mm-hmm.
is just like mind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I it just really teaches me that like any effort you put in, even if you feel like nobody's listening, somebody's listening.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was watching an interview, I think, with Tyler the Creator, and he was like, yeah, sometimes I just go on YouTube and just listen to shit with like 12 plays. Like, just listen to the most random ass stuff. Like, you might think nobody's watching, somebody's watching,
Somebody's
you
watching.
know?
Yeah, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And again, I'm just using this time to ask personal questions. It's like I'm just like, okay, let me get it in. But how do you get over that like fear of like failure, of being perceived, of being
Oh,
criticized?
I
Because
don't. I
you
don't.
don't.
No, no.
Because I've
I
been like, oh my gosh, what if, what if, what if? Like I
Yeah, no, I sometimes I get paralyzed with thoughts like that. And then I just have to remember, hey, if I die tomorrow, all that meant nothing, you know?
Mhm.
So you really gotta grab life by the balls and just do it. Like as cliche as that sounds, it's like you have to live for yourself. You cannot live based on what other people want you to be or how you think society will perceive you if you do this. I've had so many people tell me in my family, like they're like, "Hey, when are you gonna go back to school? When are you gonna get a real job? When are you gonna da da da?" And I'm just like, "Hey, I have a real job actually. I'm doing
Yeah,
very well for myself, and I'm so honored that I can make money and make a living and pay my rent off of my little sing songs."
yeah,
So
yeah. Isn't
you
that
know,
beautiful?
yeah. So it's like, and then now it's so funny because they're like people will talk all that shit. And then when they actually see you doing stuff, like I remember the first time I went to Europe, like my family was like, "Oh, so she's like really like doing." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm really doing it." Like,
Yeah,
so yeah, you just got to keep working at it. You got to keep believing in yourself. As cliche as that sounds, because when people say that to me, I'm like, whatever. But like it's true. Unfortunately, it is true. You have to
yeah,
keep pushing yourself, keep believing in yourself, keep working at it even when it feels hopeless. Because, like I said, you never know who's listening. You never know what
yeah.
opportunities are just around the corner. And if you give up, you'll never know.
Yeah, yeah. Did want to go back a little bit to Aphrodite,
Hmm.
because I love when you see an artist and they've had like a whole life before you even heard about them. So tell
Yeah.
us, who is Aphrodite, and where does she live now? What is she doing these days? Is she just
I don't know what that girl's up to. I was the Aphrodite for I want to say like 7 years, maybe from the time I was like 19 to like 26,
okay? So
7.
what years are we talking?
So like 2014 to like 2021.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I was living in Harlem when I decided to make the name switch. I felt like it was kind of I outgrew it. I feel like it was a beautiful time in my life. It served its purpose. I made a lot of great music as the Aphrodite, but it was annoying to spell. People were always spelling it wrong. The stylization was always wrong.
It didn't
Um,
occur to me that people would butcher it.
no, it was constantly getting butchered. It was like Aphrodite. I remember one time a person called me Afr0dite, and I was like, "Who the fuck
Just
is
adding
that?"
syllables.
Just like, what are you saying? And then like the O was a zero. They would never type the zero. Like it was just a lot of annoying things. And then also I introduced myself as Kelly every time. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I need something that's more true to me. Also I feel like when you have like an Afrocentric name, people tend to like box you. So I used to get like a lot of Grand Rising, Peace Queen, da, 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 and I'm just like, no.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Afrocentrism is part of me. It is not all
Mhm.
of me.
Yeah. I kind of
I
got that
get,
sense from you too.
yeah, like I love being black. I love black
Amen.
power. I love it.
Amen.
I'm not a hotep. I
Yeah.
am definitely not. And then also, not that this is a negative connotation, but as a plus size woman
Hmm.
and a perceived Afrocentrist type of person, I always get the Jill Scott reference. And that's never a bad thing,
Ah,
but I do see behind,
I
you know
get
what
it.
I'm saying?
What's understood don't gotta be explained. I already know. I already know. But I think that goes to show how like narrow-minded people are about the genre.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
if you really listen to Jill Scott, Erica, some of the newer people like Raven Lene, this is not the same. Like this is not the same sound. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
very sonically their own. They put their own flair to it.
Right.
But I think, unfortunately, as Black folk, we always have to carry that burden of like,
Right. And it's also just a point of reference for people. Like some people
yeah,
aren't used to the music that like me and other people like in the scene, which is what we call it. They're not used to that. So they're always going to relate it to the closest thing that they're familiar with. So for
yeah,
me, I always get compared to Erica Badu and Jill Scott, and they heavily influence who I am today, but I don't aim to sound like them. I sound
yeah,
like me.
yeah, yeah.
So,
You know what? I know I keep saying that should be the banner. That should be the banner. Like, you know, I think as I'm like as an Aries, I'm like really big on like authenticity. Like I don't like
Yes.
being I don't even eat the same breakfast every single day. So
Mm-hmm.
why would I be listening to Jill Scott 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? You know?
Right.
I think I have a huge qualm, which also made me want to interview you is that I like that you are you. I think that comes very
Thank
strong
you.
very well in your music. But you know as much as I know, no names, but there are a lot of copycats. There are people who just will honestly, have you had that happen to you? I feel like it probably had someone just stealing your whole swag,
I
like
haven't come face to face with that type of situation yet, thankfully.
okay.
Um,
Yeah, I don't wish that on you.
yeah, I haven't like seen like a direct like, hey, I've seen that before, you know? Um, and I'm not the type to try to take credit for anything. Like, I don't think I think what I do is original, but I don't think that I've like coined a specific sound yet to
Hmm.
say that people are copying me, you know? I just know that I sing and I rap and I flow in and out of that pretty easily. I don't produce for other people, I produce for myself. So my sound is whatever I make it, you know? And if you copy that, I guess it's flattering, but like half the time I'm not even really tapped into people, so I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I was curious to know if, like, you know, through all the places that you've lived throughout your life, have how have you, if you have, how have you pulled, you know, inspirations from all the places you lived? Because, so let me get this straight. You lived in Queens,
Hmm.
then you moved
I'll
to,
give you the whole breakdown.
okay.
I lived in Queens for my whole life up until 2020. And then I moved to Bushwick for the first time, but it was COVID time, so everything was shut down.
Okay.
Then I moved to Harlem for a year. That was really fun, but it was really far from like my family and friends and stuff. Then I moved back home because I had the pulmonary embolism. And I was home for I want to say like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
Moved to Jersey. And then from Jersey I came here.
What part in Jersey?
I lived in Newark.
Oh, okay. So still close to
Yeah, yeah.
North Jersey. Cool. So I really like that because now you really are intimate with like regional, not oh, like this is the citywide, like no, block by block.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if you have, how have you pulled inspiration from where you lived?
Um, I don't really know if geographical location had a huge influence on my music. Living in Harlem was really nice because they have like a really diverse population, and it's like it's its own little world up
Hmm.
there. Like you don't really have to leave Harlem for anything. Um, like I used to walk around the corner and it was like 20 different restaurants. Like I lived right on the corner from an Italian restaurant. There was a fruit and smoothie place that my one of my coworkers actually ended up owning. So it was nice because I used to go in there and get an acai bowl. There was like sushi down the block. There was just a million things. There was like a park. I used to live right by like Riverside or Riverbank Park, one of those
Yeah.
names. It was either Riverside or Riverbank. But like it was like a beautiful view. You could see Jersey from the balcony or whatever whatever that is. But it was just really nice. And I think whenever I had a bad day, it was just so easy to just go outside and just like take in whatever's around you and really like live in the moment and not have to worry about your troubles for a while. Um so yeah, I think stuff like that would help me, but
Mhm.
like I don't think the places themselves had a direct impact on my music.
Hmm. Are you tapped into like, you know, New York drill, Jersey drill?
Hmm, I not so much Jersey drill. I was listening to New York drill for a while. I really like sexy drill more than anything. I love Cash Cobain. I
I love
love Cash
Cash
Cobain.
Cobain. I love
Like I
White.
could never get tired of it. Like I remember I
Yes.
was talking, one of my friends was like, "I'm tired of Sexy Drill." I was like, "I'm not."
No, you know what? Okay, here's my theory. I think Sexy Drill works so much because it's
Hmm.
yearning music. At the end of the day,
Yes.
he's literally like, I just want to be with beautiful women. I love beautiful women. Like that's pretty much
Right.
the message of Sexy Drill.
Right.
So I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I deserve to be adored. So I think
Hmm.
that's why it does well. And also, I think
Yeah.
Cash Cobain's just really, really good at what
He
he
knows how to appeal to women.
he does.
You don't get too many people like I mean, granted, sex sells, but
Sex.
like you have to do it in a certain way that makes women want to like dance to your shit. Cause like the women on the social media apps dancing to your music is really what be turning shit up.
Yes.
Especially if you're that
Yes.
type of artist. Like you have to appeal to the women.
Yeah.
And I think Cash Cobain does a great job of doing that. He's fun, summertime comes around, the girls are looking for a new Cash Cobain song.
Uh-huh.
And I love that for him. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And you're drunk in the club and Cash Cobain comes on, you're gonna hit your little, 1 2. You're gonna bust a little wine.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I'm always like, it don't matter what time. I'm like, I'm just trying to listen to Cash Cobain. Like,
Yes, him and oh my God, I know I love his music, but I'm drawing a blank right now. He hangs around with Cash.
Charlie?
Yes, I
Yes.
love Chow Lee. Oh my God, I love Chow Lee so much.
He is also really good. I think they're a really good duo. They're like PB&J.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
How do you feel about Ice Spice and Riot?
I like Ice Spice. I like her earlier stuff.
Don't eat. I am an Ice Spice hater. I'm just gonna
I
say.
don't I don't hate her. I feel like there are certain songs of hers that I will always listen to. I don't keep it in my constant rotation, but if it comes on, I know the words because I've listened to it. Um,
I think my gripe with her has always been I feel like they were like she is the next coming of Nicki Minaj, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. We are not about to give.
not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, I'm just like it wasn't even like it wasn't. I feel like it's not that I'm an Ice Spice hater. I just don't. I think she's overrated in a sense. Like I'm just like you guys are giving her a lot of credit when
Yeah, I
she
don't think I've ever heard anybody call her the second coming of. That's kind of crazy.
yeah.
Like, and
Like they're like, she's a
Nikki,
people's
Nikki,
princess.
Nikki has her things that we're
Yes.
not going to discuss right now.
Yeah.
But if we're if
Yeah.
we're talking pure lyrical prowess,
Composition. Yeah.
like what?
Yes. Yes.
They're
And that
not
bothers me.
anywhere close to the same artist, and that's no disrespect to Ice Spice, but she is not Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj. Like,
Yeah. And I was just like, there's just I just feel like we just saw light skin and fat ass, and we're like, yeah,
right.
let's get her in, all the magazine covers. Let's give her like one of the best reviewed Pitchfork albums of a woman rapper. And I'm like, we're
Hmm.
doing all of this? Seriously? I think that's why I was like, no, you won't get that out of me. You won't
I
get
think she definitely benefits from light skinned racial ambiguous privilege.
for
Um,
sure, for sure. And also,
and
I don't know if you feel this as a New Yorker. I'm Dominican immigrant.
hmm
But I'm always like, everybody's like, I think people fetishize her because she has like this exoticism to her. But I'm
yeah,
like, you can go to Brooklyn and just sit on a good stoop one day and see
yeah.
30 baddies
And
all
it's so
like,
funny that other girl that came out that kind of sounds like her. I think her name is Sandy something or another.
yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. I should know this, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah. She has like, and I
Yeah,
feel
and
like
I'm like,
that's
I mean, like they're not super hard to come by. And I feel like hip hop is one of the genres that people like just get up and say like, "Hey, I'm gonna be a rapper today." Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think I don't think people do that in any other genre. Like it's like everybody gets up and gets in the studio and does a session. Is like, "Hey, I make music now. I'm a rapper now. I do this." Like,
yeah.
and yeah, I don't know. I think that
I think in a way it's like to them they think of it as like low hanging fruit. Like I just want
yeah.
quick success, just do this because, there is the
Yeah.
Midwestern audience crowd who would just eat it up to be a part of
Yeah.
something.
Like if you started making music in 2023, don't talk to me. Like I
Yeah.
I I've been doing this quite literally since I was 8 years old. So
Right,
I
right.
don't really, it's like, it's not that I don't respect you, but
Mhm.
I don't take you seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But to contrast, I know you said you like, Jill Scott and Erica are some heavy influences for you, but is there anyone else that inspires you?
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo, rest in peace. Rest in peace. I'm actually not ready to talk about it.
I had to go home from work early that day. I literally was like, somebody I know died, and I left
Yeah,
because I was in shambles.
yeah. I
So
was like actually like I legitimately no dramatics. I fell to my knees when I opened my phone and saw the news. I was like, no, no, no.
yeah,
Because he was also supposed to perform at the Roots picnic. And,
yeah, yeah,
as a Philly girl, I was like, oh, I'm all up in that. I use all my journalism connects, but, I was able to like, get through some other connections, but D'Angelo was the hardest. Granted, I knew that was gonna come. But finding out that he was battling his health issues the entire time, I was just like,
yeah.
God,
You
that
never know what someone's going through. And then he
yeah.
also had just lost Angie previously.
Yes, and that was like what, like a month before, barely?
Yeah, yeah. Before it was like a month before the Roots picnic, I think. And
Yeah.
then he just got progressively worse after that. Um, and
Yeah.
it was just terrible. I feel so bad for their son, all their children, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
it's just terrible.
Terrible, terrible segue. Actually like I think one of these days I'm gonna write a memorial towards him. But I like even yesterday I was like, I'm not ready to talk about D'Angelo. It's
Hmm.
still too soon for me. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Haven't put the words to it. But is there anyone else besides D'Angelo?
Everybody I'm gonna say is like no longer with us. Amy
Oh,
Winehouse. Amy Winehouse for sure. I loved Amy so much growing up. Um, just a beautiful singer, a tragic story.
yeah.
I still haven't watched her documentary yet because I know I'm gonna cry. And then if we're talking about living people, um, Beyonce and Solange inspire me a lot.
Yeah.
Just like watching them have so much drive. Beyonce is like a force,
Like a machine.
like I can't even put like I don't even know if I want that level of fame for myself. It just seems so chaotic and hectic like to not even be able to like go to the grocery store and like be a normal person anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I have theories about that, mostly because I think they're both of their trajectories as sisters is so interesting. And
Yeah.
um I think I also think about how they are racialized, even though they have the same genetic makeup, but
Hmm.
people will be like, Solange is a black woman. You'll never you if you were asked Solange and Beyonce right now if they were black, they would be like, yes.
Hmm.
Beyonce is always racialized. I think it's also maybe because of the blonde hair that she always rocks.
Yeah.
But people are always like, "Oh, well, she's Creole, or she has this,
Right.
she has this in her." But you wouldn't. No one ever does that to Solange, and I always wonder why. And I'm like, is
Yeah.
it just because she's, is it because she's Beyonce? Because
Hmm.
she's the superstar. She's
Yeah.
the artist of our generation. Um, but why don't we do the same to Solange?
I don't know. I really don't know. I remember my favorite Beyonce conspiracy that I've seen online is that she's really an Italian woman named Anne Marie Lastrassi.
I have seen that before. I haven't read too much into it, so you might have to fill me in.
I don't know
But
all the details. I just see the memes about it, and then like the Beehive always has their like their little inside jokes. So like sometimes I'll be scrolling and I'll like go through a thread and they'll
uh,
jokingly call her like that episode of Flavor of Love where Hottie I think Hottie said she looked like Beyonce or something. She compared
she
herself to Beyonce. And then New York was like, Beyonce?
Beyonce.
But like they changed the meme to Anne Marie Lastrasi.
Yes, I know the exact movie you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely something there about her. Like she
Yeah. But
is
the
a,
fact that people could even like try to insinuate or assume that she's not black is just so funny because like she's obviously black, but like you're right, the blonde hair and the I don't know, like just the identifying as Creole somehow for some people like takes away from the blackness, you know?
yeah, yeah. I wonder is it because she broke Australia and Brazil and all those other countries that
Hmm.
aren't. Like it's like when you get to that certain point where you're like, no, you are a global superstar. Like there's nowhere in
Yeah.
the world that you can go. I wonder if it's just like, like how it's white Jesus when you're in Europe, black Jesus when you're in
Hmm.
Africa. Like I wonder if that's kind of the treatment that she is getting. Like, oh,
Me.
we're just going to put whatever racialization on you to make
Hmm.
us feel more comfortable
Yeah, it's whatever suits their preferences depending on the country that you're in. But I do know she is widely loved everywhere.
everywhere.
She's the closest thing right now we have to Michael Jackson.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why people are so scared to admit that, but
Yeah,
I
like
completely
she's
agree.
she's literally a household name. What
Yeah,
like we're not
yeah.
gonna like it's Beyonce. Like
Beyonce.
who else is doing what Beyonce is doing right now?
You
Nobody.
don't get named Beyonce and have a normal life. Like it was
Exactly.
always written for her to be
Mm-hmm.
this type of person. So,
Yep.
I have nothing more to say on that. Um, I did not want to take up much of your time because I know you probably just got off work and you want to chill. But I have
Yeah.
like two, three-ish more questions depending.
Okay.
What is a piece of advice you wish you could give yourself once you started your career?
Stay consistent.
Stay consistent.
Because
Can you
I
explain why?
like I said, I used to like be very on and off with it because I used to doubt myself a lot. I used to have imposter syndrome a lot. I used to like start things and give up a lot because I would get overwhelmed. But like little did I know if I just stayed on track and kept showing up for myself and kept doing the things that needed to be done, I mean, look where I am now. And I feel like I'm
Right.
still nowhere special yet, but like I look around and I'm like I can see
Hmm.
palpable growth and progress, you know?
I
And
I want to say sorry to cut you off. In my eyes, you are there. You are going to win a Grammy. Like in
thank
I
you.
You're always like, "Oh, in this interview I feel like you've been like, "Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet." You are there.
Thanks. I
Are
mean, I don't know.
there.
I'm just like, I be feeling like a rat. I'm telling you, my life still feels very normal. Like I go to work, I pay taxes like any other citizen. I'm just a
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and it was like something happened, and my friend was like, oh, they might be like, and I don't even like saying this about people, but my friend was like, oh, this person might be jealous of you. And I'm like, jealous of what? Like, why would they be jealous of me? And they're
Uh-huh.
like, hey, you're gonna have to start realizing that you're you. Like, you're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like, even like, another example, like, I was at one of my friend's shows, and I was like, we're always at each other's shows. Like, shows are just a thing that we do in the scene.
Yeah.
So, like, we're all at the show. I'm talking to my friends. We're chilling, whatever. And there's this guy, like, kind of like in the corner or whatever, like near us. And he's just like staring at me. And I'm just like, and I didn't say anything at first. I was talking to my friends, and then he comes up and he's like, hi, I'm a really big fan. Do you think that I could
Aw.
da da da? And I was like, oh, I felt so bad because I was like, I'm from New York, so I'm always like on
Yeah.
head on a swivel. I'm like, what the fuck are you looking at? But
Right.
then my friend was like, you're not real, like you're still a regular person, but you're not though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like
Honestly, and also I say this because I need Black women. I need y'all to have Kanye West type attitude. Like you are the best thing that has graced this earth. Like we need. I want you to post on Instagram create mode. I am the shit. Start treating me as such, and just and let who all those DMs be like, who you talking to? Just turn your phone off, take a nap because you know you the shit.
Thank you.
Yes, but I feel like I asked you a question. Yeah. What was my question? Oh yeah, what was a piece of advice that
Yes.
you give yourself? Yeah,
Stay
so stay
consistent.
consistent. Stay consistent. And is there anything that you can tell us to expect from you in the future?
Well, I have started working on new music. Nothing super concrete. I've just been enjoying the process of creating. But I would love to put out more music soon. I have some visuals that I'm gonna drop very soon as well. Um, Hopefully before the show in Philly. And yeah, just more content, more of me. I've started posting more on TikTok because people are like, we want to see your personality. So I'm like, sure. Here I am on TikTok being insane.
Yeah, you should plug in your TikTok now.
Oh, it's everything is Kelly Moonstone. I'm on everything as Kelly
Okay.
Moonstone, so they can find me that way.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. And yeah, so your Philly show is coming up. What are you excited? How is your feeling
I'm
towards
very
it?
excited. I'm told that people fuck with me in Philly, so I'm hoping for a good turnout. Even Philly and the surrounding area. Hopefully some people from South Jersey can make it as well, and
Yeah.
just it can just be a night full of love, and it's pre-Valentine's Day, like 2 days before Valentine's Day. So this is really a show for the lovers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Foxy Nora will be DJing for me. And I'm just so excited to spin with her again. I just love Foxy so much. She's an amazing person, amazing DJ, and producer, artist, all those things. She's not simply a DJ. So I'm just super excited to just be in the presence of, all the amazing acts that are going to be performing, and I'm just ready to have a great time.
Yeah, yeah. Valentine's Day or somewhat near Valentine's Day in Philly, I will text you or DM you with Philly recommendations. So
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Because I know we get a rep that we're gritty and that we're tough, but I think
Uh-huh.
it's like kind of similar to New Yorkers. We're just real. We don't like
Yeah.
putting up with the BS. And I
Yeah,
feel
a
like
lot of East Coast cities are like that. Like, hey, we don't have time for the bullshit. It's either you weird or you not. Which one are
yeah,
you? You
yeah.
know?
For the slang is thorough. Like, are you
Mm,
thorough or not? And that does mean a lot to me. I feel like when I'm outside, I'm just like, y'all not thorough people. Like, I
yeah.
need to be around thorough people. Are you weird or not? For real, for real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, but okay, my last question is really just open for all you if you need some time to think about it. But really, is there anything that you want to mention? Anything that you wish I would have talked about more before we end this call?
Just stream New Moon. Keep
Drink
keep
the
listening to New
moon.
Moon. I put a lot of my heart and soul into that album. It was a very personal album. Um, Real stories, real muses, real love went into that music. And I just want more people to hear it. There's always somebody that's never heard something and hearing it for the first time. So I would love for everybody to just stream my music and keep an eye out for anything I have coming up next because there's a lot of things I have planned. So,
One more question. Can you please tell me your top three anime characters?
oh, characters. Okay. So, first off, we have Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. That is
Okay.
my heart and my pride and my joy, my baby. I love him to pieces. He is just a sweet little chaotic little boy. Very silly, very full of joy and laughter. I see a lot of myself in him. And yeah, he just really cares about his friends, which I really respect and admire about his personality type.
Hmm.
Second is Boji from Ranking of Kings. I really love Boji because, for context, um, he has a disability. He is deaf and mute, so he can't like speak proper like English, or I mean just speak properly. Like he kind of makes just sounds and noises. And people think that because he's deaf he can't understand like regular human language, but he can read lips. So he hears all the things that well he reads all the things that people say about him. Like he understands when people like berate him and say horrible things. And he doesn't really have any friends. And he makes a friend in the process of the show, and like the friend really understands him, and like he's like finding himself and finding his strength and like just growing into a person and trying to pursue his dream, which I that show has made me cry so many times. I love 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 Boji.
I love that.
Um and then my last one would be Rimuru from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. So it's this
This name is
character who,
crazy.
yes, so he it's this character that gets reincarnated into a new world, and he's like this little weak little slime, and slimes are like notoriously like super weak monsters in anime. But like he has this inner, I don't want to say like an inner not, it's like a system in him, like almost like a Siri, but like in his body that like helps him like upgrade his skills and get stronger. And he just eventually keeps growing and growing and getting smarter and like being diplomatic. He becomes like the king of the forest, and he's just very smart, and very like thoughtful and very kind, and just wants to be like a benevolent, kind king. But he'll, he's always gonna go to war for his people. He cares deeply about them, and he will fuck shit up about his friends. So those are like my top three favorite anime characters of all time, for sure.
Hey, and that is a great note to end on.
Yeah.
And yes, we shall see you February 12th at MILKBOY.
Yes.
Yes, and that has
February 12th. So excited.
yes, that has been Kelly Moonstone, everybody. Woo, thank you so much for joining me
Thank
today.
you for having me.
Yes.